Greetings everyone from the depths of lockdown. I hope you're all having a wonderful time if you can during this weird and unusual time. So a little while back I filmed a video of me playing a riff from a new song. I filmed it with a camera and I slapped it on Instagram. I asked you guys if you wanted to see a behind the scenes video and overwhelmingly you guys said yeah. So here it is. I'm going to be talking a little bit about how I record guitars in general, and also a little bit about how I record with the camera, and a little bits of tips and tricks here and there. So I really hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. So of course we've got to start with the most important bit, and that is the guitar. So for this particular video I recorded with the Harley Benton CST-24T. This particular one has pretty spanky sounding P90 pickups and a beautiful ocean blue flamed top. For this particular video I chose to use the pickups in the middle position. It gave the sound that I was kind of going for with the song. Something I always believe in, the most important thing that you need when you start recording is an audio interface. My personal choice of weapon is the Behringer u-phoria UMC 404HD. God, they need to change that name, that is stupidly long. But anyway, this is a fantastic interface, fantastic value for money. And generally when I record guitars, I don't tend to use an amplifier, I tend to just go straight in to the box, to DI it, as it's called. What this generally helps me to do is it generally eliminates any problems with bad acoustics in rooms, and generally I just love the sound that the lapulin amp sims can give me. So what I do is I set the, plug it in, use the pad and set the gain accordingly. Then we run in to the software. In this particular example I'm using Reaper, that's my general door of use, but you can use pretty much anything. Reaper is fantastic because it's free, but if you want to use Logic or Ableton, they all work fine. Most of the things I'm going to be using today are things that you can download off the internet for free, if you want to. So for tonal wise, I used the lapulin amp sims as I said. This particular sound I wanted something very bright, very nice clean sound, so I used the LEX TAC amp sim. Again, don't really know what how the naming system there is, but we're just going to go with it anyway. The most important bit about amp simulators that a lot of people look over is the cabinet impulses. This is really important and is the biggest influence in the sound. What I do here is I run two cab impulses together and then I pan one left and right in this example. Wouldn't necessarily do that if I was putting it in a mix, but for this I decided to pan it left and right because it was just the one guitar. This blends the two sounds in a similar way that you would expect to blend maybe two microphones together or in two different positions together, which is really useful to blending nice tones. It also makes it sound a little bit thicker and a little bit wider. So once you've got all that set up, it's time to record. So in this scenario, you get the camera set up, and then you get the software set up, and you're all ready to roll. The important thing is you need to sync the audio coming from your computer with the camera footage. The best way to do this is to make a big spike at the beginning of the audio. In this particular example, I hit the guitar strings hard 4 times, and then afterwards in Premiere Elements, I should say, I was able to sync those up to make sure that they were all in line so that the audio between the two was then sung nicely. Once you finish recording and you've got a really good take that you like, then it's time to export it. Make sure that you export your audio in a WAV file because this gives you the best quality. And generally for the video, once I've edited it in Premiere, I like to export it as an MP4 file in a H.264 format. Generally I find that this format gives you really nice quality and pretty much everything tends to read H.264, which is really handy. Depending on the length of video, this particular one wasn't particularly long, so it didn't take very long to export, but they can take quite a while to export depending on your computer and how long that you're actually recording the video for. This is a perfect example of a time where you can just take a break, you can get some food, you can play some games, you can do all that kind of stuff, because really it's just a little bit of time that you can use while the video is exporting or uploading, if you're uploading it to YouTube or something like that, just to calm yourself down after a long hard day's work of filming. There you pretty much have it. So that is my process on how I recorded that particular video, and generally how I record most videos with a camera and or just into a computer. Generally, it's a guitar, well set up, nice pickups, DI'd into the Behringer interface, using the Lapulin amp sims and Reaper. It's a pretty simple setup, but I found that it works super well. It may not work for everyone, but it certainly works for me. Again, you don't have to use specific gear that I use in this video. You just get the general idea of how the whole process works, and maybe hopefully this inspires you to maybe start making your own videos. What I do here is I always love to inspire people, so that would mean a lot, and let me know if it does. But anyway, I will see you soon, and I'll catch you soon. Bye!